You recording?
No. Yes.
Okay, ready?
I am.
Okay, there's our clap, so I can do
Do you
that.
want us to clap at the same time?
No, because then it's too much. I can't sync it.
3.
God, I hate you guys.
Jesus.
No, don't. I have to sync the video.
Okay, fine.
Just remember, Dave and Forman clapped at the exact same time.
Yes.
Oh,
did.
yeah,
We did.
okay.
We did. Don't
Yeah,
mess that.
that's
Don't mess that
right.
up.
All right, let's get into it.
Hi there, and welcome to Due to Underwhelming Demand, brought to you by Forest Brewery in London.
Yeah.
We're not making that up.
I know. This is our very first sponsor. We're so pumped. Thank you, Forest Brewery.
ForestBrewery.com. Find out more about them. Maybe send them a message and ask them why.
Why what?
Why are you sponsoring that podcast?
Oh, I
Why?
didn't ask that, but maybe I
Why?
should have.
Why?
They're spelled number 4 EST, but
Yep.
it's Forest.
For ESTBrewery.com. Thank you, Forest Brewery, for being our very first sponsor. We're thrilled.
Yes.
As a
We'll
matter
have
of
a little
fact-
more of the about them in a bit.
Yeah.
That's where we
What do you
begin.
got there?
By the way, we are Dave, Rachel, and Forman.
Yeah.
And thank you for listening to the podcast. I have a Forest beer.
What kind is that?
Ooh.
It's a Hellas Lager.
Mm,
Okay.
Available at any London LCBO location?
That
Yes.
is correct. That is correct.
And on tap it. Oh, there you go.
Hang on.
I'm not having a beer because my work day's not done and I still have to do the work.
It's really good.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
I've been up since 4.
It's time for a beer.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get one. I got to try them.
Yeah, we got to try it.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you to Forest Brewery for sponsoring the podcast. Here we
Mhm.
are. We are, I think it's time to let everybody know that this holiday season, look for our children's book, The Little Podcast That Could. It's coming.
Listen, it's still happening. So that's,
Yes. we're
for
still
whatever
here.
that's worth, we're here.
We're
The
still
word
here.
could
That's
might
right.
be a little preemptive, but,
That tried. The little podcast that tried.
well, that's maybe presumptuous now.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
little book of peas,
Yeah, that's true.
perhaps.
All right. Well, speaking of the holiday season,
It's very
holiday season.
popular.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Sure.
We love alliteration on this show.
Uh-huh.
That's for sure. We had Halloween recently, and I love trick-or-treating. I don't particularly care for Halloween, but I do love trick-or-treating. Like, I don't care for the season of it. I don't care really for the decorations.
You like knocking on people's doors.
Well, I don't. I take the kids out, right? I
Oh,
love...
okay, all right.
I mean, when you're a kid, yeah, of course you love trick-or-treating. But I love taking the kids out. Like, Jeremy and I leave the bowl on the porch, and we're just like, take 2. And if someone dumps the whole thing in their bag, whatever, because we want to go out. We want to take the kids out. So this year was the first year that my 9-year-old decided, I want to go with friends. I don't want to go with you guys.
Yeah, no kidding. They hate going
Uh-huh.
with you. They don't. They don't want to go with you.
No. And
No.
I was so upset.
Why?
I did not think I don't know. Because we're usually all together and I felt like my arm was missing. I was missing a limb. Like, where is she? And she ran out of the house and I was in such a pissy mood because of it. Excuse me. Well, so we go out of the house. Usually we get a picture of all of us together. It's Halloween, get the kids in their costumes. I didn't get even a chance to get any photos taken before she ran out of the house to meet her friends who had come over to get her.
Uh-huh.
And then they went, and they did have a mom with them. But, I mean, they were running all over the place. And then I took the little one, Kendall, who's 5, and the neighbors next door, they have little ones too. We went together. But I'm like, I didn't get any pictures. I'm not going to get any in the daylight because we start at like 6. It was still light out. And she just took off. And I couldn't believe it. I told her afterwards, I said, Mom didn't like that. I didn't like that. And she did not care at all.
No, of course she doesn't
And my
care.
husband's like, Rachel, let it go.
Yeah,
like,
no
it's
kidding.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's not fine. Like,
Yes, it's fine.
I want to be
It's-
with her, but I need to be with the other one too. And
Okay.
anyway.
All right. Let's step back here for a second and just explore this. Let's just take this apart, okay, for you. Do you remember having to get your kids dressed. You remember having to get them into their clothes?
Yeah, well, we
Say
still
they're-
do. We still
Really?
do sometimes.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember how you felt when they could do it on their own? Do you
Yeah.
remember how great a feeling that is?
Yeah.
Get your clothes on, and they do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you don't have to do things for
Yeah.
them.
Brush your
Yeah.
teeth.
Yes.
Brush your
And the-
hair.
We're
yes.
starting on get
Go-
your own snacks.
Yeah.
Like, go
Wipe
get
your
it. I
own
don't
Yeah.
butt.
wipe
Yeah.
your own butt. Yeah.
Go have
That's
a
right.
shower. Wait till you get to that.
Yeah.
Get in the
Go
shower.
bathe yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are all wonderful
They're
times.
milestones. I get it. But
Not
the trick or treating, well, it's a rite of passage. I don't know, it's a marker of growing up, I guess.
Well,
But
yes.
the trick or treating, I love trick or treating. I love taking them out trick or treating, and like I didn't know that was happening this year. I didn't know last year was my last one. I couldn't prepare. I wasn't prepared for that.
You are really in for a shock when you get a teenager.
I know.
You
I
have
just keep saying to the kids, "Are you still gonna cuddle mommy when you're a teenager?" And they're
No.
like, "Yeah."
no, because they'll hate you. They'll absolutely
Oh,
despise you.
I
Trust
know
me.
it. I know they will, and that sucks. I'm really not prepared for that.
Dave, you know better than us, but this is probably now that Julia's 9, like this is a good 15 years or so of her not wanting anything to do with mom.
Mhm. Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, it's a good thing I still have a 5-year-old now who's pretty attached, but even
Mhm.
she's gonna get like that, and then I'll have nobody.
She's gonna learn.
Jeremy's
Julia.
Jeremy's already like that too. So yeah, you will have no one. You'll have no one. No one.
He
Speaking
wants
of-
nothing to do with me either.
Yeah. Speaking of Halloween, did you I know, Rachel, you're not really into horror movies.
No. Oh no. That's why I don't love Halloween, because I don't like scary things.
Oh, you
No.
That's
What?
a whole other topic. I
Yeah,
don't
okay.
like scary things.
It's true, yeah.
I know. Okay.
We've already discussed how Rachel loves a good period piece.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true. Or
yeah.
anything to do with any royal family.
Uh-huh.
That's my jam.
Yeah, okay.
The more song and dance, the better.
So you're
Yes,
not
yes.
you're not familiar with the movie Terrifier 2? Terrifier 2.
No.
Did you know that it's even
Foreman's laugh.
the Terrifier 2?
No,
Have you
I've
not
never.
heard of this movie?
Mm-mm.
Let me
No.
describe this movie to you. A lot of people. It was made on a budget, according to what I have here in front of
I
me,
can imagine.
of about $250,000. Not a lot to make a movie.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's not a lot to make a movie. Box office, 8 million and counting as we speak. That's a lot of
Is
money.
it out? Like it came into
Yes.
theaters?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. It has grossed nearly 8 million and counting, and the key word there is gross. The movie, the reason people are going to see this movie is because there are reports that the extreme gore in Terrifier 2 makes some viewers pass out or vomit.
What?
It's vomit inducing,
No.
which, by the way, is a wonderful turn of a phrase.
is it? That is a
Yes.
wonderful turn of a phrase.
Because
Well,
when
okay.
when you say vomit inducing, there's only one
Sorry.
thing that means. You can't go anywhere else with that.
Well, yeah,
That
it is as advertised. But I wouldn't want to watch it. Who wants to watch that?
Well,
Who wants to watch something that's going to make you vomit?
$8 million worth of people.
a lot of people. Hey, don't you
That's
want to?
awful.
Don't you want to go to a movie and find out whether it in fact induced you to
No.
vomit? Of course you
Mm-mm.
do.
And I have a strong stomach, actually.
Well, then it's a challenge.
It's a
See if you can make
challenge.
it.
No.
Bring
Yeah,
a
no,
bucket.
not.
Uh,
Bring a
uh,
bucket.
Bring a bucket.
Eat
and
your
let's see if-
popcorn first.
and
Don't
let's
miss a
see-
moment by
Yeah.
running
The
to
bag's
bathroom.
empty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take your
Oh, my.
9-year-old. She'll do that
Oh,
with you. That's
no.
something she'll do with you.
Yeah, right. I don't think so.
This is due to underwhelming demand, brought to you by Forest Brewery in London, Ontario, Canada. Thank you to Forest Brewery. Find them at forestbrewery.com. That's 4EST brewery.com. We're going to tell you a little bit more about the brewery and the beer.
Yeah.
But the beer's good.
Oh, they're even on tap at a bunch of restaurants in town,
Yes.
too.
They
Yeah,
are.
They
yeah.
are. Yeah, that's true.
And they plant trees for the beer that they sell. Like they plant. It's actually great. It's a really great initiative.
Yeah, we're really
But we'll
thrilled.
tell you more in a bit.
We're really thrilled
Thank you to them
that
for
they
sponsoring.
have the faith in our little podcast to sponsor.
I
Thank
know.
you so much. We really
I know.
appreciate it.
Yeah. We do have other sponsorships available. If you'd like to get in touch with us, you can DM us at anywhere on our social media, or email Dave Rachel Forman with
Right.
no E in Forman. Dave
Mhm.
Rachel Forman at gmail.com.
Feel free to email.
That's our email. And we do get lots of emails from you. So thank you. We'll read a couple of those at the end of the podcast. Also, we've had a few people ask about us posting the podcast as a video podcast. So we're considering that, but we don't know if maybe that's something you would like or not like. Do you like just listening to it? Would you want to watch it on YouTube? What do you think?
We
Let us
do
know.
have a YouTube channel where there's some like clips and
Mhm.
some mixed in with some old clips because that channel kind of sat there for a few years. But it's
Sitting there for a while.
it's Dave Rachel Forman on YouTube as well.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, I don't know any. I don't know why anybody would want to watch us do this.
I mean, we're just sitting here.
We're just sitting here, but
Yeah.
if that's hey,
Behind the scenes, I guess.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
I don't know. We want to do what you want to watch or listen to
Yeah.
because you're the ones we're doing it for. So
Hey, Forest
you let us
Brewery
know.
believes in us, so you could too.
You could too. That's
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
That's right.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Foreman, who
Yeah.
by the way is joining us on this podcast. We do this through the magic of podcastium. Is that a word? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, sure. It is now.
We are in the Rachel and I, of course, still in the London area. Foreman's in Halifax, for goodness sake. And
Mhm.
last week, Foreman,
Mhm.
because you were texting and you sent a picture, you were staying in a hotel in downtown Halifax.
Yeah.
Because the Fleet was in town.
Yeah, it was
It was-
Fleet Week.
It's Fleet Week in
Oot here.
Halifax.
Oot.
Oot here.
Yeah.
Fleet
The
Week?
largest.
What's Fleet Week?
It was the world. Well, I mean, it's not like an annual event like it is in New York, but it's the world's largest aircraft carrier. It's brand new. It just came from Norfolk, and it's the USS Gerald Ford
Oh, cool.
with almost
Oh.
6,000 crew on board. It was out in the ocean.
Oh.
They were doing like exercises with NATO countries like Canada and Spain and Denmark, and so some of
Oh,
those
cool.
ships came in. But this massive thing came into the harbor. It's brand new. It's enormous. It's nuclear powered, so it's actually not even allowed to dock at the shore. It had to anchor out in the middle of the harbor,
Wow.
and then a lot of the ferries and people in their fishing boats, people who have pontoon boats, all kinds of things were like taking sailors back and forth to land so they could like
Really?
come into town. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool. Don't they have
Cool.
their own like shuttle boats?
No, I mean,
From the ship.
They used ours.
I had a
Wow.
friend who lived in Halifax, and she loved when the sailors were in town. Let me tell you.
Okay.
Well, there's always a number of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
And a lot
fun.
of these, to their credit, to Americans' credit too, by the way, like there's about 70 of them that came in and volunteered at a homelessness charity and,
Oh,
and did a few
wow.
things
Oh,
like
nice.
that.
That's
So it was
That's
really
so
nice.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you
Oh, good.
you were staying in a hotel. I found this fascinating. You told us last week this was about to happen.
Mhm.
Not on the podcast, but off. That your mother-in-law was coming into town, so you were all going to stay in a hotel.
Not all together.
All-
Ashley and I.
The whole family
Right.
with your
and that's
mother-in-law.
all.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Just
this
the
is
two.
Marlene who gave us all some critiques the other week,
Right.
Oh, yes.
and then gave me some in-person critiques about how I wasn't supposed to talk about it on the podcast.
Oh, now we're doing it again, Marlene.
Yep.
Sorry about
I
your
want
luck.
to hear more critiques because
Yeah.
she
Probably
liked me.
upstairs right
Yeah.
now and listening to me say that as I'm in her bedroom where she stayed in.
Oh, really? So she's still there.
Yes.
The fleet's in
Okay.
town, and so is your mother-in-law. That's
Don't-
fascinating.
Don't correlate.
Well,
you
I'm
know.
just saying.
The sailors,
Is it?
mother-in-law.
Is there a coincidence here? I'm just, just
Well,
saying.
Barry's up at the camp hunting for a month, so
A month.
Oh,
Wow.
that could be why.
Yeah.
That could be why.
All right.
What's it like living with your mother-in-law?
Mm.
well, our laundry was done the other day.
Oh,
and,
nice.
and folded by her.
Oh, that's
Ah,
nice.
yeah.
That's well. There you go.
That's intimate, isn't it?
Yeah, that's handy.
That's intimate.
Keep an eye on this door behind me to see if she starts barging in to
Uh-huh.
I
Crack
hope
the
she
record
does.
here.
Oh my god, I hope she does.
But you don't really realize how many pairs and B, how old the many pairs of underpants you own are until your mother-in-law folds them for you.
Yeah.
Oh, mom had her hands all
Uh.
over your underpants.
Well, they're clean.
Sure.
and
Right.
folded
Yeah.
neatly.
Yes, of course.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Many of them have been around way too long. They're much past their prime, shall we say.
Lots of holes.
Yes. Maybe.
Did
that
she
didn't need to be
comment at all?
seen.
Did
No.
she comment and say, Foreman, I think you need some new
No.
underpants?
And I wasn't going to say anything either, and I'm still
You
not.
know-
She doesn't notice this conversation right now. So
You know what's going to happen is that for Christmas, she's going to buy you new underpants.
that's how all guys get their underpants and socks.
Yes,
from
it is.
wives or moms or mother-in-laws.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's true.
I view this from a completely different perspective. I feel like, Foreman, that Marlene, your mother-in-law, probably had an impression of you over the years.
Mhm.
She's grown to probably she has affection for you, and as her son-in-law and father of grandchildren and everything else.
Mhm.
But now I think that's probably like some of your old underpants been tainted. Am I right?
Well,
I hope so.
if whisking her grandchildren away to the other side of the country didn't do it, then the underpants did.
This is due to underwhelming demand. The podcast brought to you by Forest Brewery in London and featuring Dave, Rachel, and Foreman. We haven't done headlines in a while.
No.
Headlines,
Do you
headlines.
have some?
Yeah, actually, I have some
Okay.
headlines. So it's some
All right.
headlines. They're coming up. They are coming up. But let's talk about Forest Brewery here in London because they're our very first sponsor. Can you believe it? We have. A
I know.
sponsor. We
I
have a
can't
sponsor.
really.
I don't. I'm flabbergasted. that
It
we have
just
a sponsor.
showcases
Yeah.
the sound financial sense that the good people at Forest Brewery really do have.
It's true. That's true.
That is correct.
Thank you to them
Yeah.
for sponsoring. Plus, we all love beer, so this really couldn't be more perfect.
It's more. It couldn't.
And you
no.
did get a Forest. You're drinking it now, Dave.
I have a Forest Lager in front of me. This is what they call. And by the way, the brewery was founded by two guys who were lifelong friends.
Yeah.
And their whole idea here was to not only make great beer, of course, but they also wanted to protect and expand the tree cover here in London, better known, of course, as or maybe not better known if you're in Halifax, Foreman. They probably don't know we're the Forest City. We know that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so they have pledged that at least 4% of all their profits from the beer will be used to do just that. Make sure that we protect the trees we have and
Mhm.
expand so that we're always going to be this
That's
great.
amazing.
I think it's awesome. I think
Yeah.
it's just terrific.
I love that they not only started a business and, beer, because everybody loves beer. Breweries are so common now, craft breweries, but they're doing really a lot of good too. So I think that's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So now this
That
beer,
alone makes me, support them.
well, the beer is, by the way, very easy to drink. I'll tell you that. It's really, I quite enjoy it. 4est, by the way, is 4, the number 4, and then EST.
Mhm.
It's a lager, and it's available at throughout London at the LCBO. But funny enough, I bought mine at the beer store, so you can.
Oh,
get
did
it.
you? Good.
Yeah,
Great.
you can get
Yeah.
it at the beer store too.
You might even say that Forest's flagship beer is an easy drinking German lager featuring notes of fresh baked bread, followed by a crisp, refreshing finish at any London LCBO and even on tap at select restaurants.
How about that?
Plus the beer
Cool.
store.
How about that?
I
Now,
love it.
if you're wondering just exactly where you can get the beer and try the beer, and you should try the beer because it's really good, and they sponsored the podcast,
Mhm.
just go to their website, forestbrewery.com. That's 4EST, forestbrewery.com. They have a full list of where their beer is available. We can't thank them enough for being our
Yeah.
very first sponsors.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
This is due to underwhelming demand. The podcast, by the way, brought to you by Forest Brewery in London.
Mhm.
Forestbrewery.com.
Making sure it remains the Forest City.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's what
really.
they do. Yeah. Due to underwhelming demand, the podcast that delivers.
beer.
Yes, beer.
Yes. Yeah.
Call Dave. He'll take it to your house.
That's right. Dave. We are Dave, Rachel, and Forman. Used to have a little radio show. Now we have an even littler podcast. And on the old little radio show, we used to do a thing called Headlines. I got some more headlines. Would you like some headlines?
Awesome. Yes, I would,
Headlines?
please.
Headlines.
These are actual headlines, by the way.
Can't make them up.
Yeah, don't have to make them up.
No, they're plentiful.
They are absolutely real.
They're all over the interwebs.
That's us. That's them. Yeah, no, not us. Trial over death at Colorado strip club delayed after key lawyer dies there too.
Real
He
headlines.
was working on the cake
Okay.
He was.
Sure.
That's exactly right.
at the buffet.
That is exactly right.
I just went for the wings.
Yes. I'm only here for the food.
Yeah.
I didn't even know anyone danced here.
Yeah. Is this a strip club?
I
My
was so
God, who knew?
surprised when they took their clothes off.
Uh-huh.
A church built a massive baby Jesus statue that looks exactly like Phil Collins.
That's an actual headline.
I hope Phil Collins goes there sometime and they get like a selfie
That was
together.
Well done from the drummer in the band there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I
you
also
for that.
hope half the people listening to this pictured the Phil Collins character from Trailer Park Boys instead.
No, I didn't.
Peanut butter and jelly.
I don't know what that is.
Pakistani police take 6 donkeys into custody for helping smuggle timber.
That's an actual headline.
They arrested the donkeys
Yeah, what a
for
bunch of
smuggling timber.
what a bunch of dumbasses.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Thank you. I worked hard on that.
that was planned.
Yeah. A little Halloween one here for you.
Okay.
Pure evil blackbird named Derek
Derek.
terrorizing Yorkshire Village.
Headlines.
What an asshole. Derek, like, lay the f off.
Pure evil.
Pure evil Derek. You're hammering for Derek. Wow. You're Derek. A California man sued Texas Pete hot sauce because it's really made in North Carolina.
Real headlines.
Understandable.
That's fair. Yes.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
understandable.
That's like the. I hope I'm not ruining a future headline here, but it was someone took Barilla, the Italian pasta brand, to task over it being manufactured in Iowa.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Italian.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Speaking of being sued, marijuana companies sued for not making customers high enough.
Headlines.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah,
that's
really, I
right.
agree.
That's
What a time to be alive.
It was supposed to make me 25% higher.
Yeah.
It's only-
What happened?
You lied to me, man.
Yeah.
You lied to me. All right, to Florida. Here we go. Florida man.
Okay, good.
Florida man and Florida woman arrested after putting half-eaten Walmart rotisserie chicken back on shelf.
That's an actual headline.
That's
So they
to
just
me,
chowed down
you-
in the middle
look,
of Walmart.
You got really mad and called Derek the Blackbird a lot of names. That's pure evil.
That is, yeah.
That's pure. If you're
Yeah.
gonna steal a chicken, eat the whole thing.
Exactly. Don't take it back.
Florida woman arrested after bruising, biting fight over a sex toy.
Headlines.
I was here first.
Sorry, who's
I was-
fighting?
I was here first. I want that.
Was it at the store?
I don't know. It's not.
I hope so, because if they're
yeah.
anywhere else, I
Maybe
feel
it was,
like
yes, could be Black Friday. You know, everything's on sale.
Maybe she just thought the bruising and the biting was part of the fun. You don't know what anyone's into.
Okay. All right.
to each their own.
Yeah. Florida woman Waffle House thief. That's
Oh,
a
boy.
lot. That's
Yeah.
There's a lot there to unpack.
I don't
Florida.
even care what comes next.
Yeah.
If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen at a Waffle House.
Everything after this is kind of anticlimactic.
Mm.
Florida woman Waffle House thief said, "The money was calling to me."
Real
Okay.
headlines.
No, that lived up to it. Actually, I liked that. I liked that ending.
Are you sure it wasn't supposed to include Florida Waffle House thief high on meth?
Right, naked and high on meth
Naked
says
too,
that.
yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
we're
they have to be
holding
naked
an alligator.
or drunk. with an alligator.
Pet alligator.
Held up the
right.
Waffle House with an
That's right.
alligator and said,
Absolutely.
"The money was calling."
Yeah. All right, one more. Florida man driving on 2 tires blames paranormal activity.
That's an
Oh,
actual
well,
headline.
if it's not his skills, then I believe him.
The ghost, baby.
Yeah.
Not me, officer.
It's like the Mr. Bean car. With the 3 wheels.
Awfully hard on poor Derek the Blackbird.
Derek the
You
Blackbird.
called him an asshole.
asshole.
What
Then
an
you told him
asshole.
He's
Fuck off.
terrorizing the neighborhood.
What an
Derek.
asshole.
Yeah.
I like that headline.
I expect more from Dylan, but Derek.
This is due to underwhelming demand, brought to you by Forest Brewery in London. ForestBrewery.com. Check them out. Get some of their beer. They sponsored
Yeah.
the podcast.
I know. And
we
thank
love
you
them.
so much for that because we love beer.
Yes,
And
we do.
Dave, you've got one there with you, and your review is
Excellent.
okay.
Excellent.
Good.
It's really good.
It's an
beer.
easy drinking German lager, they say.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
we're going
good.
back to our roots and giving money back for reforestation of London.
Which
I
think is
love
great.
that actually that they're giving
awesome.
it's 4% of their revenues to
Yeah.
reforest and
Yeah.
and keep
Real nice.
London's tree cover, which I think is great. So
Real nice. So anyway,
Thank
check them
you.
out. forestbrewery.com. You can find out where to get it. You can get it at the LCBO. You can get it at the beer store.
Yep.
And we got some emails. You got a couple of emails?
yeah, we got emails, messages. Thank you to everybody for sending us messages, emails. We love connecting with you, and we have to just do it differently now that we have a podcast and not a radio show. This one is from Terry, who says, I just binged the podcast today. I love it. Feels like home again. Not gonna lie, the old station you worked for is no longer the same. But I look forward to listening to the podcast and sharing some laughs with the three of you. Cheers and best of luck with the podcast, guys. Oh yeah, and let the swear words fly, Rachel.
Oh, no,
Cheers from Terry.
That's not a problem for Rachel. Not a problem.
I try not to do it too much.
Not a problem. Sure.
I'm
This
holding
is
back.
you not doing it too much.
Yeah. Other than talking about Derek, I don't think I've sworn.
Yeah, Derek
That's
the
the
Blackbird.
one
You just
Derek the Blackbird.
you hammered Derek. Yeah.
Well, he's terrorizing the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is from Dave and Elmer, and this is so kind. Holy crap, guys, I laughed so hard at episode 7. You guys have found the right formula. 25 minutes to half an hour allows the three of you to tell your hilarious stories from the week. And the thing is, you can't make that shit up. That email at the end was great. Especially there's an email from Isabel in a few episodes
Mhm.
ago.
Yeah.
Sure.
Especially when she said Dave doesn't give a F about his email.
No.
Oh, now
Which
you
he
bite your
doesn't.
tongue.
Oh, now you don't want to.
Well, I was trying to hold back, but then that shit came up on me like that, so I couldn't.
All right.
That's on the same note. Jason had sent us a message on Instagram about how my commute to work is only 10 minutes, so I love the longer episodes so I can spread them out throughout the week.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh,
yeah,
good.
20
Oh, good.
30 minutes a week now. It gets
There
you
you
through
go.
the whole time. Perfect.
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 Good.
Perfect. All right.
Anyway,
Well, have you-
Dave says he's happy. We sound happy together, and he can't wait for next week.
Well, Dave, thank you very much. And thank you
Yeah.
for your email. And if you want to get a hold of us, Dave Rachel Forman at gmail.com. Very easy to do. And of course, you can message us on socials.
Yep.
Except for Twitter. I'm not sure I want to be on Twitter anymore. Go figure.
Oh, Elon? Yeah.
It could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a free for all hellscape, Dave. He
It's
said
not. We'll see.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. That's it for this week. Thank you again for listening. Thank you to Forest Brewery in London for sponsoring